Alright, let's see what the critics say about this film. 26%. More human preview effort, it's pointing in the model plot, dating characters, and choppy directing. Ha! 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 Who cares? Hey guys, what's up? I'm Double X and I'm here to review Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad is the name given to Task Force X. This is a program made by Amanda Waller, who is the head of Argus, and basically she takes a bunch of villains, puts them all together, and forces them to do really death surviving situations, and basically if they disobey, they get killed. If they succeed in their mission, then they might get some time shaved off, along with some other goodies. Essentially, the movie goes like this. You have a bunch of bad guys, shit's going down in this one city, you have to go to that city, stop whatever the hell's happening, and try not to get killed. That's pretty much it. Now, there's been a lot of conversations, backlashes, arguments on Twitter that I really don't care to get into, but I want to say something before I get into my actual thoughts in the film. DC fans, I understand your frustration. I really do. I mean, I was one of those few people that, while I didn't think Batman v Superman was great, I didn't think it was necessarily horrible. It was decent, to say the least. I stand by my opinions on that. However, I don't think that we should also gotten the same treatment of backlashing critics from, say, the Batman the Killing Joke. I mean, you have Bruce Timm, Mark Hamill, Kevin Conroy adapting and voicing one of the greatest Alan Moore comics ever in the Batman mythos, and it gets, what, 57%? That just doesn't seem to give it justice. And now we have Suicide Squad, which is in the 20%, in the same boat as Batman v Superman. Despite that, I really think that you're going a bit too far by making a petition trying to take down Rotten Tomatoes. Look, Rotten Tomatoes is just a overall average of how many critics liked the film and how many critics didn't like the film. Just because there's a bit of an overlay of more people not liking it as to those who did like it, doesn't mean it's a bad film. Rotten Tomatoes isn't the final say on films, despite what many people think. And even if it was, who the hell cares? Suicide Squad was so much fun. Guys, I cannot tell you how much fun I had with this DC film. I mean, even with things like the Dark Knight trilogy or Man of Steel, I don't think I've ever had this much laughter and fun with a DC comic book movie. I can tell you that much. Is it fair to say that the storyline doesn't really hold up well and it's kind of a bit thin? Well, yeah, I can say that. It is a bit of a downer that the story isn't as well constructed. But really, when you go to a movie about villains, you don't go there just to see about the well-constructed plot that puts them all together a la Avengers style. No, you just want to see the characters and see how well they interact with one another. And I have to admit, despite many people saying and bitching on Twitter, there really is a lot of good chemistry. Will Smith as Deadshot, I love Will Smith. Representing Philadelphia, the dude is a great dude. I really like the guy, and I think he did really well with Deadshot. He may not be the Deadshot that many comic book fans will agree on. There might be some variations, but hey, the daughter aspect, the fact that he never misses, is just really well done. And the little Will Smith flavor I really liked added to that character. And let's be honest, he needed a good character after Cypher Rage. What kind of name's that? And another thing, Margot Robbie, who played Harley Quinn, mwah, perfection. That is probably the closest you will ever see a live-action Harley Quinn. I guarantee you. She is amazing. She is crazy. She really lighted up. She was just so fun to watch, and her lines were just hilarious. Now, a lot of people are a little bit decisive on what they think about Jared Leto as the Joker, and honestly, I actually like him. I mean, he's not my favorite Joker, that title belongs to Mark Hamill, but as far as live action goes, he's kind of in the middle between Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger. He's somewhere in the middle between those two characters. He's goofy, but he's just basically just a psychotic mob boss, really. And I actually am surprised to see that out of all the Joker iterations compared to ones in like the animated series or some animated movies, this Joker actually cares pretty well for Harley. I mean, I've never seen a Joker who had so much more on concern with rescuing Harley or concerning herself with Harley. It's actually a pretty nice change of pace, you know? She's not just a punching bag to Joker anymore. So, props to you, Jared Leto. You may have done some crazy shit on set or given it some weird presents to your cast members, but, you know, if you're gonna come back as the next Joker, I'm personally fine with that. I really want to know, Killer Croc, is that CG or is that really genuine makeup? I really can't tell. It's really hard to tell, but I really like this look of Killer Croc. I mean, he didn't do too much in the film, but just looking at him, just damn, that is intimidating. The action is the real main focus with this film. Yes, it's true that you're supposed to have some level of story, but you know, the characters kind of make up for that with their interactions with one another, the lines, and the way they pull off some really decent fight scenes. I mean, this is some pretty intense stuff, and I really enjoyed it. Each character had something to contribute, and yeah, it was just overall fun. Now, I understand that this won't reach a lot of people, and that's perfectly fine, but if you ask me what my overall consensus with this film is, I am reminded that last week we had the 4th installment of the Sharknado series. And while I'm not personally into that type of thing, because it's just, you know, sci-fi original films that just bask in how ludicrously stupid it is, I kind of understand the appeal now going in to see Suicide Squad and just having a great time with all the characters and craziness. And I think it's pretty clear from the shirt and the ticket stub, and the fact that I also bought a poster after the film and put it up in my room, that I had a very fun time with this film. And, you know, if that's your thing, if you just want to go into a film and just have some mindless fun that's arguably still a great entertaining time out of all the other DC films that have come out so far, then yeah, I highly recommend this film. It's not perfect, it's just mindless fun. You have some great characters who really play their parts true to the comics. So just, you know, forget what the critics say and just go out and have some fun. Go play and enjoy yourself. Thanks again for watching. As always, I'm Double X, and I will see you next time.